Today I am going to narrate a story, The Churning of the Ocean of Milk. This story, The Churning of the Ocean of Milk, is also known as Samudra Manthan or Ksheer Sagara Manthan. Churning of the ocean milk means Ksheer, that is milk. Sagar means ocean. Manthan means to churn. Indra, the king of Devas, that is demigods, while riding on an elephant, came across a sage named Durvasa, who offered him a special garland of flowers, Santanaka. Indra accepted the garland, placed it on the trunk of the elephant. The elephant, irritated by the smell of the garland, threw it to the ground. This enraged the sage. The garland represented Sri, that is fortune, and was to be treated as a prasada, that is sacred. Durvasa cursed Indra. The pride of wealth has entered your head. Let Lakshmi forsake you. Without Lakshmi, that is fortune, Devas, the demigods, lost their strength, energy and fortune. The demons, that is Asuras, were waiting for such an opportunity and invaded heaven. In battles that followed this incident, Devas were defeated and Asuras, that is demons led by King Bali, gained control of the universe. Indra lost his kingdom and hid out of sight of the demons. He sought help from God Vishnu, who advised the Devas to treat the Asuras in a diplomatic manner. The Devas formed an alliance with Asuras to jointly churn the ocean for the nectar of immortality and to share it among them. However, Lord Vishnu told Devas that he would arrange that they alone obtain the nectar. The churning of the ocean of the milk was an elaborate process. Mount Mandrachala was used as the churning rod, and Vasuki, that is the king of the serpents, became the churning rope. The Asuras demanded to hold the head of the snake, while the Devas, taking advice from Vishnu, agreed to hold its tail. As a result, the demons were poisoned by fumes emitted by the mouth of Vasuki while they churned his body. Despite this, the demigods and demons pulled back and forth on the snake's body alternatively, causing the mountain to rotate, which in turn would churn the ocean. However, once the Asuras carried the mountain and placed it in the ocean, it began to sink. Vishnu, in his second incarnation in the form of turtle, Kurma, came to the rescue and supported the mountain on his back. The churning released many treasures. However, one product was the lethal poison known as Halahala. In some versions of the story, this poison escaped from the mouth of the serpent king as the demons and gods churned. This terrified the gods and demons because the poison was so powerful that it could contaminate the milk ocean and destroy all of creation. On the advice of Vishnu, the gods approached the compassionate Shiva for help and protection. Shiva inhaled the poison in an act of self-sacrifice, but his consort, wife Parvati, terrified at the thought of losing him, prevented it from descending into his body. The poison remained trapped in Shiva's throat. The color of Shiva's neck turned blue. When the heat from the poison finally became unbearable for Shiva, he used his Trishul, three-wheeled vehicle, to dig for water, thus forming the Gosaikunda lake. Now, let us see what all treasures emerged from the ocean and who they were given to. The first treasure was three goddesses emerged. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune and wealth, was accepted by Vishnu as his eternal consort, that is wife. Second goddess was Apsaras. Various divine nymphs like Ramba, Menka, Panjisthala, etc. were given to the Devas. The third was Varuni or Sura, goddess and creator of alcohol. Taken somewhat reluctantly, she appeared disheveled and argumentative, was taken by the Asuras. The second treasure was three supernatural animals emerged. The first was Kamadhenu or Surabhi, the wish-granting divine cow, taken by Vishnu and given to sages So ghee from her milk could be used in sacrifices. The second supernatural animal was Airavata, and several other elephants were taken by Indra, leader of the Devas. The third was Uchchaishravas. The divine seven-headed horse was given to the Asuras. Next was the three valuable objects that came out of the churning. First was Kaustubha, the most valuable jewel in the world worn by Vishnu. The second was Parijat, the divine flowering tree with blossoms that never fade or wilt, was taken to Indraloka by the Devas. The third was a powerful bow, symbolic of the Asuras' belligerence. Besides all these three, another three things were additionally produced. That was Chandra, the moon which adorned Shiva's head; Dhanvantri, the doctor of the gods with Amrita, the nectar of immortality; and the third was Halhala, the poison which was swallowed by Shiva. This is the story of the great churning of the ocean that is called as Samudra Manthan, Kshirsagara Mantham, or the churning of the ocean of milk.